Howdy, everyone. We are back for a World Cup preview show. You're joining myself, Steve Wiss, and Ashley Waite is back off her sick bed yet from yesterday. Ashley, I hope you're feeling an awful lot better.
I'm feeling about the same, but I have medication, so it's fine.
That's
Just gotta push right on through. So yeah. Well, let's. I have a headache, but I did some winning today, so maybe the headache will bring us some luck.
Well, do you know what? The last time we did a show, we didn't have a single loser. We hit a 5 out of 5 clean sweep in the France against Poland game. Absolutely nailed it. Over nearly 5.5 unit profit on that match alone. The show picks for the World Cup are now at 7.5 units, which for this World Cup, I think that's a really good success because it's been a difficult betting World Cup
Yes.
overall. So yeah, we really had a fantastic Sunday. And what are your thoughts on the first 6 matches of this knockout round? We're still waiting for an underdog to qualify from the round of 16. All the favourites have gone through so far.
Yeah, and before I address that, I will say 3 of our 5 winners from France were plus money too. So that's not easy to
Very
do.
true indeed.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like today kind of Japan missed an opportunity. I did like both teams to score there, but I feel like their style of play, like, with the other teams like Germany and versus Spain, like they scored late, right? Kind of like they just sat back and just bided their time. But they came out here and scored first. And I feel like if they would have kept attacking the whole time, I think they kind of had Croatia on the ropes there a little bit. So, I mean, Croatia, I think the experience came through in the end. I think that was blatantly obvious on penalties because the 3 that Japan missed were like, I mean, kudos to the goalkeeper, but wow, those were just horrible. No velocity behind them, no height, no nothing. So, yeah, I think Japan blew a chance to maybe shock a lot of people, but yeah, everything else has kind of gone the way that I'm thinking that it would right now, thankfully, because the group stages, I was all kinds of fucked up. I couldn't make sense of anything.
Yeah, 6 favourites out of 6 have gone through. A couple of underdogs have covered their handicaps. Asian handicaps, obviously, Australia covered theirs, Japan covered theirs, but still waiting for a dog to go through. And I can't believe we go through the whole round of 16 where one of the underdogs doesn't go through. So I'm looking at you, Morocco, and I'm looking at you, Switzerland. One of them, just by law of averages, must surely go through. I can't believe we'll have all 8 favourites win. But we're going to talk about that now because we're going to start off with Morocco against Spain. And we talked about this, I think, the first show, the last 16, that you want to get on Morocco early. And I'm going to take them here on the +1 Asian handicap, actually. Only a half a unit for me because good things don't usually happen to me when I take underdogs, It's one of those things. They're okay for me, but it's like unders, big handicaps, and then underdogs don't always mix as well with me. But the thing is, right, this is exactly the same handicap on Spain as it was England against Senegal. Now, the way I see it, I think England is slightly better than Spain, and I think Morocco is slightly better than Senegal. You could say they're quite a bit better than Senegal without
Yeah.
Mane. So, but it's the same handicap. So, by that reckoning, you've got to think that Spain probably should be a -0.5 handicap, maybe minus 0.75 handicap at the absolute most. So I think the value is on Morocco +1 there. A sturdy defensive team. They've got a good tactical setup and they don't get beaten very easily. In Spain, I know they scored 7 against Costa Rica, but usually this is a team that doesn't convert its chances well enough. So I think over 90 minutes, Morocco I think this match is a good chance of going to extra time. And even if Spain win, it's probably going to be a close 1-goal margin of victory. So I think it's the wrong handicap. I think the value is with Morocco. Whether or not they can now adjust to the pressure of a World Cup last 16 match, which is a big deal for any African team, is a different question. But I can't get away from this +1, actually, myself.
Yeah, I like the +1 also. I probably more than likely will be playing that myself. I'm taking a simpler approach here, so I agree with you that I think the values on Morocco, and I think they're still being undervalued. So I'm going to play a unit on just Morocco to score and leave Spain out of it. That's -108, so they're juiced to not score. So the books don't see them scoring, but I do. I think that could be some, maybe a little bit of bias towards Spain's typical defense. In Morocco, I mean, they have a fantastic defense. Only conceded an own goal, I believe. So yeah, I just think at this price, I think the Spain defense can be, gotten at, and I think that Morocco have the firepower to score. So I'm surprised it's so cheap. So I like it when it's me versus the book. So they say they don't score, and I say they do. So I'll just play a unit, don't care who wins, and say Morocco just scores a goal.
Yeah, reminds me a lot of the bet I had for Tunisia to score a goal against France. And these African nations are often a bit underrated, by the bookmakers. Just one goal, that's all we need from Morocco in this fixture. I think it's going to be quite a low scoring game. I think there's a good chance of this being under 2.5. I did look at no goal scorer. I've got a funny feeling that Spain gets shut out here. So I don't know what their price is not to score a goal. I'd imagine it's quite a big price, probably plus 200 or something. But yeah, I think this is a match that Morocco can grow into and soak up the pressure and then hit them on the counter attack. In a similar way Japan did, actually. Japan were exactly the same. One thing I'll say, one thing I really like about the Morocco to score aspect is the goalkeeper for Spain. I think is a massive weak link, Unai Simon. It's more like Simple Simon sometimes, isn't it, with the way his handling is. If
he's up and down. Yeah.
If he's the best keeper that Spain producing right now, I don't know. I'm a bit questionable about him because he is very up and down. I think you're right. I've not been that impressed with Unai Simon. So yeah, I think this is a match where, watch out for Morocco. I think I don't think too many people are back in Spain, to be honest. I think this is they're almost like a public underdog, aren't they, Morocco? But I'm sure there'll be a lot out there thinking Spain, just on reputation, should easily win the game. But I don't think it'll be that easy. I think this goes extra time, possibly all the way to penalties, Ashley. Don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I can see that happening. We had projected before, right, during the group stages that at some point there would be, we'd get to multiple penalty shootouts. So, yeah, I could see this being, low scoring, maybe 1-1 type score. Obviously I'm hoping it's not 0-0, but who knows? I mean, it's kind of reverse from how it usually goes in the knockout stages. So far, we're seeing more goals. So, maybe we'll see some here. Does not matter to me as long as one of them comes from Morocco. I'll be happy.
Well, if Morocco win this in any fashion, I'll be very happy as well. And to be honest, I should probably, I'm bottling a few bets today. I really should take a nibble on Morocco to qualify at plus 333. I think it's a huge price.
That's worth a sprinkle for sure.
I think it's a huge price. I'm not going to officially tip it on here because I don't want to be having multiple units on Morocco in their egg basket. That's just I'm quite comfortable having multiple units on someone like France, but on Morocco, they're still Morocco. Things can. Experience does matter sometimes in these last 16 of the World Cup. So that's going to be our plays for this game. And I do hope Morocco get through. I really do. I'd like to see the shock here. The second match of the day, Portugal against Switzerland. Again, I'm a little bit surprised by the prices here. Portugal are odds on. Now, I've seen quite a few people actually tip Portugal. They really fancy them. And okay, I'm not going to, in terms of actual outcome, I think it's relatively 50-50, maybe at Portugal 55-45. But how can they be the price they are? Actually, I just don't get that myself at all. But we're not actually going to get involved in the match markets here. None of us have got a pick there. Let's start with your one unit selection, which is both teams to score yes at plus money, which I think this actually looks a very tasty bet, I must say.
I love this bet. I bet early when these lines first came out, just for Switzerland to score, I believe it was plus 125 or something ridiculous. So the books were definitely saying no then. Now I think it's been bet all the way just for Switzerland to score around minus 160. So definitely got some closing line value on that. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone that I'm seeing is just really, really big on Portugal winning to nil. Just kind of like everyone was today on Brazil winning to nil, right? Like everybody was on that play, except for me, thankfully. But yeah, Switzerland, they have not performed great. And granted, they put up 3 against a leaky Serbia defense. But I still think that putting up 3 gives them a little bit of, a lot of confidence, actually. And I don't think that this Portugal defense is anything to be intimidated by. And I don't think that Switzerland will come in intimidated by it. And I love this play, even more. It's not recency bias just because, Switzerland just recently scored 3. I'm just not super impressed with this Portugal defense. So, I mean, I think they're a good team, but I wouldn't be surprised for either of these teams to win this match. So, yeah, if I'm getting a little bit of plus money just for both to score, I'm definitely take a swing at that.
Felix Gomez Senior says, "Hope you're feeling better." Ash Righty says he loves the play, the Morocco to score a goal from it. Also, Morocco clean sheet is plus 400. I think you could do worse than backing that over 90 minutes. Ryan Simmons says Spain got knocked out by Russia in the last World Cup via penalties. We could see it again. I mean, that is typical Spain. If I remember correctly, they absolutely battered them. They dominated the game, but found a way to get knocked out, and that's what Spain tend to do in recent tournaments. So, yeah, and going back to this BTTS here, I think you're right about Portugal's defence. It's not as good as you think. Win to nil. I guess the appeal is that if they do win, I don't think they win in 90 minutes anyway. I guess if they do win, it probably, I don't know, would it be tonight? I don't know. I wouldn't be getting involved with the match result here. And I certainly wouldn't be betting on Portugal myself. They might win, they might not. I think plus a half handicap on Switzerland over 90 minutes is worth looking at. They're plus 196 to qualify, which I think that's another massive price, really. This is another sort of game which could go all the way to penalties, and they knocked out France in the last Euros on penalties. So, yeah, my one pick for the game, it's a very small play on a quarter of a unit, and that is on Briel and Bolo anytime score at plus 475. And I need to edit that, so it's rolling across the bottom of the screen. But at the end of the day, you mentioned that Switzerland have got a bit more firepower now, and this is one of the reasons why. This guy, Briel and Bolo, he's found some form in this tournament, and he's a genuine centre forward who gets in the right positions to score goals. And there's not many of those around actually in football now. Actually, not as many as they should be. There's more false nines than you can get your hands on. Shadow strikers, inverted wingers, everything. But there's not many genuine centre forwards, of which he is. And a man that scored twice in this tournament already, I think it's a huge price. If they score, he's probably the most likely candidate. Yeah. And plus 475. I'll have a nibble of that. I'll have a decent bite of that, actually. Still only a quarter of a unit, but I really feel that is a value play. I thought this would be more like plus 250 or plus 200 even. So,
right, yeah, you're getting a price there of what usually is for a first goal scorer. So, yeah, and then there again, I think you're just getting all of that value because for some reason, these motherfuckers always want to do construction.
That person doesn't agree with the value, or maybe he loves the value. Then maybe he's ringing like a.
They drive me nuts. As soon as the stream ends, they'll be like taking lunch or some shit. And my headache, it helps with that. What the hell was I saying?
And Bolo, you're getting the value.
Oh yeah. You're just getting the value because for some reason I don't know. The books are just putting tons of trust in this Portugal defense. So I mean, whatever. I'll be tailing you on that. You know how I love my scorers anyway, and that's just a ridiculous price. Yeah. And you're getting almost. Yeah, you're getting over a unit return on a small risk. So whether he scores or not, the risk reward at that price is 100% worth it. So
yeah, I'm bottling a few plays today, but I'm not going to bottle this one. Like I say, I probably should have a nibble on Swiss to qualify. I should probably have the bollocks to take them plus a half, but
but you're a coward. You're being a coward in these two matches.
You will, as you get to know me even better, you will know that this is the type of situation where I do become a coward. I'm not saying I'm a favourite backer, but I'm just not really a big dog backer too often.
Oh no, I get it. Yeah,
you know,
it can be nervy. Yeah, I understand completely. Because like I say, both of these matches, I'm taking plays where it is me versus the books, obviously based on the prices that we're getting, right? So a lot of times the books know exactly what they're doing, but sometimes they don't. So hopefully this is a case where I know what I'm doing and they don't. That's what I'm hoping for.
Right, he says, and Pepe is nearly as old as me. You're actually right there. He's certainly knocking on a bit, isn't he? He's really 39, 38, 39, Pepe, something like that anyway. I mean, nothing against those veteran defenders. Sometimes, I mean, Vitorino Hilton in France was playing at Montpellier in Ligue 1 up till 42, 43 years of age, and he was still doing an okay job. So it's not always about age, but yeah, he's not going to enjoy a little bit of pace from Mbolo going in there. So yeah, those are the plays for today. Hopefully we get some winners. I just reminded
I had a play on a scorer.
Oh, I've missed it. I'm not very sharp today, Ashley, as you might know. Yeah, sorry, there's this one here. Yeah, there we go.
So I know everyone's going to be on Ronaldo, and I don't think that's a bad look either. Yet again, check and make sure. I mean, Fernandez will be starting this match unless something crazy happens in training and he gets injured or something. But just in case, make sure he starts. I do like taking him to score. It's over plus 300, and I think that's just a crazy price for this guy. But getting plus money, because we all know he is a huge assist guy also. Scores and assists, pretty much an even pace. So getting plus money where you can have the either or I like. So we will take him to either score a goal or assist a goal at plus 120. And then that's going to be, half a unit for me. And I love this play. He's been in great form. Maybe a sprinkle on Ronaldo too. But I just think there's more value on Fernandez right now.
Yeah, he's taking pretty much all the set pieces, isn't he, that matter in terms of balls into the box anyway. And he's actually leads their scoring charts for the tournament, controversially, of course, with the Ronaldo would claim otherwise. But,
his little hair there. He didn't spike it enough.
But plus 120, you can definitely get that at Betfair Sportsbook over in the UK. I know that. I don't know about US books. I'm sure some offer it, but that's a big price, plus money to score or assist. On a team that is obviously a minus 111 favorite in some places. So, it's a nice
just as a side note, if you can't, on some American books, if you can't get that combo, it's not a bad idea too, because it's like he's over plus 300 to score. Break your half unit up to the quarter of a unit on him to score, and he's I think plus 225 to assist. So you can do it that way too. Just break that half unit up, put a quarter of a unit on each. If one of them hits, you're in the profit. So.
Okay, so before we go, I'm going to ask you straight out here, Ashley, which two teams will progress into the quarterfinals of the World Cup?
Which two out of these two matches?
Yeah, who ultimately will qualify in whatever fashion for the quarterfinals?
I'm going to say Morocco.
Morocco into the quarterfinals, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And Portugal.
Morocco and Portugal. So one dog does make it through on your watch, at least. I think I'm going to go Morocco and Switzerland. I think
I kind of like that. Yeah, you're actually bolder than I am. Switzerland. I don't know, man. I tell you what, I'll be sprinkling their team total over 1.5 at a big fat price. So let's both be bold, and we say both of the dogs go through.
I think we're going to hear a bit of barking on Tuesday. Let's just say that. So,
hope so.
You know, this Portugal game really feels like a 50-50, doesn't it? Like what, and yet the odds are just so much in Portugal's favour. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah.
Righty says Spain and Switzerland. There's got to be a dog somewhere, right? Hannah likes Morocco and Switzerland. Yeah, that will do us for the day then. And let's hope we get some good winners on this show for Tuesday. And then we'll be having a break, Ashley. We will not be in operation until, I think, Thursday.
No. Well,
so
people will probably be, glad to have a small break from us. Unless we have another sweep, then they'll be real upset.
I know if we have a sweep, we'll have to come. I mean, I don't even know what football's on Wednesday and Thursday.
Come on and just be like, I'll start giving some lower England league picks and India Super League, China Super League, stuff like that.
The Benin Premier League or something like that. So, best of luck with all your plays, Ashley, and let's crush this one again. Thanks very much, everyone who joined and commented and has been liking and subscribing. And we wish you all the best. Take care. We'll see you ahead of the quarterfinals.
Yes, see you guys tomorrow.